Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday, and welcome to our weekly style snack. I'm so glad you could join me today. If you're new here, my name is April, and I go live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and share a style snack with you. Today is a little bit of a sort of a deviation from our normal content, but not entirely. It is still related to style. Many of you know that we moved across the country last fall, and last fall I shared a few things with you about furnishing and decorating our new home, and that was a fun series that we did. And today I'm sharing something else related to our new home. I this today is about phase one of my dream closet remodel. So Pinterest and Instagram are full of dream closet images. I know because I've been searching and pinning, and most of them are full sized rooms converted into in home boutiques, complete with island, chaise, chandelier, faux fur rug, artistic displays, maybe some artwork, a vanity, custom lighting, glass front doors, a washer and dryer, and possibly at this point, I would imagine maybe butler service. And I have been telling you for years that I already have my dream closet because everything in my closet is my favorite. That's what makes it my dream closet. And it's true. No matter how beautiful, well organized, and Pinterest worthy your space may be, if the items in it don't make you look and feel amazing, it's not really a dream closet, is it? I've already reached that point, and it's something that just it makes my life better. It makes me happier. And when we moved into our dream home last fall, one thing that has been a challenge is getting my closet organized in a way that works for me. That is so important to me. I geek out on efficiency, and I am constantly rearranging things to get the most efficient and useful flow of any space. I mean, I do it a lot. I rearrange rooms. I should say I shuffle rooms. Like, I've decided I want this room to function this way, or I will swap children's bedrooms, move furniture. I'm not saying like, let's just maybe move that chair over there. No, I take all the furniture out of one room and I move it to another room, maybe even to another floor. I do it all the time. I've always done it. I rearrange the cabinets and drawers in the kitchen, and my husband will come home and be like, where are the glasses now? And I'm like, they're over here. Isn't that so much more efficient? And now, so this is something that I have always done. And this house is nearly 30 years old. And the built-in shelving is, I'm going to say, original to the house. And it was nice, but it was not efficient or well thought out or easy to use. And when my husband told me that his idea for my birthday present was a custom closet renovation, I nearly expired right there. To say I was thrilled would be a huge understatement. And it was something that I really wanted, but I hadn't mentioned it because with some of the other renovations we're doing in the house, furniture that we needed to purchase, I had mentally put that down the road several years. So like it wasn't even on I hadn't even mentioned it. And so the fact that he came up with it on his own just made it doubly thrilling. And so today I want to take you through what my closet looks like before, what it looks like in this middle stage, because this is not a reveal video. That's why we call it phase one. And what I want from my closet, what I don't want from my closet, what I'm actually getting out of my closet, and what the next steps are. So go ahead, leave me your questions, your comments, and oh my gosh, if you have any dream closet like must-haves, or like we redid ours and I loved this, or oh, I wish I had done that, or if I ever redo my closet, I'm going to do this, put them in the comments. We'll all benefit, and I would love to know about it. So let's talk about before. First of all, I fully recognize I have more closet space than many people in the world, and I am very blessed to have it. It's also smaller than most of what you would see on Pinterest. And the way it was set up before was we had his and hers closets with a wall dividing them. They were narrow and deep, at 5 feet wide and 10 feet long. And that is where we were. And here in a minute, I'm going to show you a little video of the before. But first, I want to tell you the challenges I had with this closet. The first problem I had with my closet is I think it may have been constructed for a giant. I'm 5'6". I'm not super short. I'm not super tall either. And the rods in my closet were so high, I had to step onto my tiptoes, reach as high as I could, and then do a little hop to get the hangers on and off the rod. And I even bought a foldable stool and kept that in there so I could get to my things, which I'm not going to name names or point fingers, but it wasn't me and it wasn't my husband. That stool kept disappearing. So half the time, most of the time I was doing a little hop. And then there's no, I couldn't even come close to reaching the shelves above that. And even standing on that stool, which was, it was at least 12 inches tall, I could not see onto that shelf. I could barely get to that stuff. So stuff that was up there, like, it better be like the end of the world if you think I'm getting anything from up there down. And since most of the hanging space in that closet was up high, most of my clothes were really hard to get to. Now, the rods on Adam's closet were normal height. So I can't even say it was just like poor judgment on the contractor's part. Somebody did this on purpose. And but I chose my side because mine had more shelving and more hanging space. It was the least inefficient side. His was even worse as far as inefficient use of space. So the truth is, I found myself not putting away my clothes because they were really hard to put away. And, we all love Marie Kondo, and one of her biggest tips is to make sure that your clothes or your things are easy to put away. This was not uncommon. This was after the spring wardrobe guide release. If you were around and you saw me taking pictures in my disaster-driven office, and I told you how overwhelmed I was by, because I had all the items I'd ordered. And not only that, and then I had to pack all that up and send it back. But then I had brought my whole fall wardrobe down here to do the shop my closet video for the society, and just that whole shuffle. Like, this is what my closet looked like, and I couldn't clean up my office until I cleaned up this closet, and I couldn't even deal with it. That just made me shut down right there. That was horrible. But this was not uncommon because it was so hard to put my things away that, I would just toss it in there or toss it next to my bed and be like, I'll hang it up tomorrow because I can't even find the stool now, and I can't. So I hate having, oh my gosh, this, I don't like looking at a picture. And so then the opposite was when it was clean, it looked like, on the pictures. I have several of them open. I'm trying to find them, the right one for you. There it is. Okay. And this is what it looks like clean. So you can kind of see there how narrow it is. From wall to wall, it's 5 feet wide. And then the shelves on this end are one end, and then just at the end of that rod is the other end, front to back. So it's not tiny, but it's not huge either. Okay, so I do have tons of pictures open for you and keeping track of them. So that was the first problem. The rod, it was just too hard to put stuff away because I couldn't reach most of the hanging space. And the second problem was the blocked windows. The rods in both of our closets went in front of the windows, and the windows have plantation shutters. So we couldn't open the shutters and we couldn't get to the windows, which, you know, how are you supposed to clean them or whatever? Plus, I don't want anything hanging in front of the window because the window is so pretty, and I've always wanted a window in my closet, and there it was. And then they wanted me to hang stuff in front of it. I just couldn't do it. So I didn't like that. The next problem was I had the wrong shelves. The shelves in my closet were either made for the shoes of the giant who previously occupied my closet, or they were not made for shoes. They were very deep. So I could have either just shoved my shoes all the way to the back, or I stacked them one in front of the other so that each one of these shoes, its mate is sitting behind it. And then the other problem was that, so here you can see the width of the closet. The other problem was that, well, my shoes aren't very tall, are they? And so my husband ended up adding a shelf in between all these lower ones, except for the very top and the very bottom one. But you can also see where that striped hat box is at the top, that is also how high the top shelf in my closet was. Yes. So this is when I was, we were moving in and I was unpacking and just trying to put stuff out. And so my husband did end up adding some shelves for me in between. I think I have a picture of that too. Maybe. There it is. I have to close some to find the other ones because there's too many open. Okay, so he added some extra shelves for me. So I guess it was the top two that we didn't close in because, you know, some of my boots had a little bit of a taller shaft, but he closed in all these and then left the bottom one open. And then if you're wondering what that thing on the bottom left is, that's the air return. So that's you know, that has to stay. So okay, well that was my next problem. I had shelves, but they were the wrong kind of shelves for what I wanted. And, you know, shoes are my weakness. They always have been. They always will be. I love shoes. So the next problem was just wasted space. Overall, the design was very inefficient, and I had a hard time organizing my things in a way I could easily use them. I keep all seasons of my clothes in one closet, but with the super high rods, another reason that things got so messy was each. And another reason I didn't want to clean up that whole mess, like I couldn't just clean up the closet and then clean up my office, is I kept rotating because I keep my closet is sectionalized and colorized, and so I keep each season together, and then within each season, each category, and then by color. And so I was having to rotate what was on the top next season was coming down to the low racks, and then I'd have to like do this whole shuffle thing, and I just don't have time for that. I had so many other things I would rather be doing than that, and it was stressful, and it was just one more reason I couldn't get into my closet because it was that many more steps before I could put my stuff away. So I'm going to show you this video. I made this video for my friend back when we were moving in. So I was unpacking and putting things in my closet and starting to see, like, I don't know how I'm going to put things in here. And so I'm going to share this video I made for her to give you the before. Okay. I'll have to do a video because the shape of my closet means I can't, it's long and skinny. And it goes like that, and then out like this. And then these are the shoe shelves the way they were. And this is what they looked like after my husband. There are shoe shelves down along the bottom here, under there, and under there. They have these little heel hook thingies here. So I just put my high heels here. These shelves are so high, I have to stand on my tiptoes and reach as high as I can to get up to them. I put my dresses there. I really want to leave the window uncovered if I can. I love the natural light. I just love having a window in my closet. I've always wanted one. So that, there really wasn't a way to take a picture of that space. So I figured that little video was a better way to kind of show you what it was like and just how high those shelves were. And how tall would you have to be able to use them? So not 5'6", you have to be taller than that. Let me tell you what I want and what I'm actually getting from my closet space. I want proper shoe shelves and enough of them. When I was showing you the dresses section, it's back tucked behind the shoe shelves that I currently have. And so, but that was my long hanging space that was not in front of the window. And that meant getting to my dresses was really hard. I had to kind of lean around, and I would do this through the bottoms of the dresses, and then I'd find the one I wanted, and I'd follow my finger up and then find my dress that way because I couldn't fit back in there to look. My hangers barely cleared the thing. And so I want sweater storage. Sweater storage has been a thing for me. I have tried many different ways of storing sweaters. I hate having them in drawers. I don't like stacking and unstacking them. I also don't like that if they get stretched out when they're hanging. I've tried various ways of hanging them. They're really bulky. They take up a lot of hanging space. And so I really wanted sweater storage that made them easy to put away because I have to have them in colors and seasons. I just can't not do that. And I hate, oh my gosh, no, I can't. That's not easy to put away. That's going on the floor. I want efficient use of space. Like, this is my dream list. I want normal heights and easy access to my clothes. I want them to be easy to put away. I want all of my clothes, including underwear and swimsuits and workout clothes in my closet so that we can get rid of our 2 dressers, like pajamas, everything. I want jewelry storage in my closet. I don't have a ton of jewelry. I have like a tray like this with earrings and this tea stand thing with some necklaces. I don't have a lot of jewelry storage. So, but it's, I just wanted somewhere to put it. I want a place for everything. I want everything to have a home, like an actual home, and I'm not trying to find a place to squeeze it in. I want it to not be crowded and like squeezy and everything packed in there. I want to leave my windows uncovered and be able to open them. Mine just barely wouldn't clear the rod, but in Adam's, where it's all at a normal height, you can't even, no. I want it to be light, airy, and clean feeling and looking. And I want to be able to store my bags in there. So that's what I want, and that's what I'm getting. There are a few things that I did want or considered I could have had, but I'm not getting. Well, one of the things I don't know I'll ever get that. But the first was glass front doors. There's a decent amount of open shelving in the new closet design. And sometimes that can, unless it's all like perfectly put away, it can look and feel messy. But there's at 5 feet wide and stuff on both sides, it really, there's not enough room for that to be opening and closing doors. So we're not doing that. We considered putting a little bench or just a seat to sit down and put our shoes on, but I wasn't really willing to sacrifice the space. And honestly, I have one in my bedroom right outside the door, and I think that's just fine. I don't need another one inside my closet, and I could have a hamper space instead. The third is a mirror. I did have a full-length mirror at the end of that closet, that blank wall. I had a mirror there. So I'm just going to move it out into my bedroom. Problem solved. The last thing that I wanted, and I'm never going to get, is butler service. You know, maybe someday one of my kids will volunteer as thanks for all the years I've been their butler. So far, no one has. And so as far as talking about the list we had at the beginning, the butler service, I don't think is coming. Things that I don't want, and I'm definitely not getting, include chandeliers. They're not really my style, and even if they were, the space is too narrow. Right now, there are long fluorescent lights on the ceiling, and mine was made this awful buzzing sound, and so we did have that one replaced. But I love how bright it is and how I can see everything. I want it to be bright in there, and we had mine replaced in the fall when we were doing some other electrical work because the buzzing. Oh my gosh! It's just it doesn't look like the typical office space one. I mean, it's still a rectangular fluorescent light, but nobody's looking up there. It's so narrow in there that you don't see it unless you turn around and, oh yeah, okay, all right, yeah, I see that there. And so Adam's getting a matching one. He's so lucky. The second thing I don't want, and I'm not getting, is an island. A, it wouldn't fit, and B, I've never understood the purpose. I guess it's more drawers or something, or I don't know, but I don't want or need an island. I'm not having a chaise in my closet. I don't want to lounge in my closet. If I'm lounging, it's never going to be in my closet. And these are things that I wouldn't get no matter how large my closet was. I would not put a chaise in there. That's just me. I know it looks luxurious and whatever, but I'm very practical, and no, I don't want one. So I'm also not getting a faux fur rug. Now, I do think these are really pretty. I totally do. But I love the beautiful wood floors that we have. And with the narrow space that we have, I think that smooth surface will look and feel cleaner and less cluttered. But if it were bigger, I totally do one. Custom lighting, like in cabinet lighting. It's really, I've seen that and it's really pretty, but with the windows that we have and the really good lighting we have above, I have plenty of light, and that was just not where I wanted to spend money. But it's pretty, and also like you're so close to it all the time. Like if you're here, it's there, and if you turn it, it's right there. I think it would be very glaring and in your face, and not pleasant in that narrow space. I don't think I'm going to have any artwork in my closet. I mean, I haven't. It's not in yet, and I haven't unloaded, and maybe I'll have a blank space where I could put something. But I think that seeing the clothes that I love organized so beautifully will be all the beauty in my closet that I want. That one, subject to change, but I don't currently have any plans for that. I will not be having a vanity in my closet. I have no desire to do my makeup and my hair in my closet. I do that in my bathroom. And I won't be having a washer and dryer in there. I like the idea. Well, there's no room, and I like the idea of it. But to be honest, that's one more set of machines to have to deal with. I think the noise would be an issue. It's one of those things I think I'd like the idea of, and not necessarily the functionality. We don't have as much laundry as our kids do, and our washer and dryer, our laundry room is easy to access from our room. So it's not an issue for me the way it would be if like I were on the second floor and the washer and dryer were in the basement. So for some reason, some people that would be a huge benefit, but it's not necessary for us. So how are we doing it? Well, we consulted a professional closet design company, and they created, layout and design for the space. After a home visit, she measured everything and talked through what we wanted. We swapped some ideas back and forth and a couple of versions. We visited the design center, and we finalized the design last week. In order to get, now this is where, this is the real thing. In order to get maximum efficiency and to get all the things we wanted, we knocked out the wall separating the two closets to make it one closet. So, of course, Adam will tell you it's because I was using all of my space and he was using hardly any of his, and I'm just taking over his space. And he's not wrong, but we don't have to admit it, right? So this is how it happened. We were on the phone with the closet designer and talking through some of the things that I wanted. And she was like, there's no room for that. There's no room for that either. We're not going to have room for that. I don't think we can do that. And she said, gosh, Adam hardly uses any of his closet. If that wall weren't there, we could do all the things you wanted. But there's just no room for that. So this was like 10 o'clock on Thursday night, right? We get off the phone, and Adam looks at me and goes, so I guess we should just rip out that wall tomorrow, right? And I was like, come? He was like, well, we've got drywall people here now. I mean, no one's going to come back and do a little project like this. We may as well just do it now. The next morning, he gets up with our boys and a hammer. Didn't even have like a sledgehammer. I'm talking like a hammer. And they knocked out the wall. A hammer and their feet. They did some kicking. My boys got his leg stuck. He didn't think it was funny, but we did. Anyway, so that was the first. And here that was looking from his closet into mine. Here you can see from my closet into his. And do you see the line on the wall up how high mine was, my hanging rods compared to his over on the left? No. Yeah. So yeah, that's just one of the reasons I love him so much. He just gets stuff done. I think we should do it. Let's do it tomorrow morning. Cool. That's how I roll too. I agree. And so this is the after of the, and you can see even better the difference in heights of our rods. And after they finish the demo, there it is. You can kind of see the top piece of my new and improved fluorescent light. So that is one way we're achieving it. The next stage is happening right now. They are repairing the drywall in our closet. It's currently in progress. And I went up there and took another short video just to kind of show you the whole space and where it is with that. And after that, we'll be painting the closet. And we have to get the floors repaired. You may have noticed there was missing floor because the floors were installed after the closets were there. And that is happening next month. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But first, I'll show you this, this video of what it looks like today. I can open it, but then I have to go find it so I can click play. Oh, no, that's not the video. That's a picture. There it is. Okay. So now you can see we've ripped out all the shelving and we opened up the other half of the closet, which was my husband's. It was a his and hers. And that is going to be huge as far as getting efficient use of the space. You can also see that the floor has to be repaired because the shelves were there before they installed the floor. So that's another thing that has to be fixed. And you can see the difference in height where on my side, the closet, the rods were this high, and on the other side, they were much lower where a normal closet rod would go. They're repairing where we knocked off the wall, and there are 2 windows in here now, so that will make a lot of nice light. And there's going to be, there's a second door to come in and out. We talked about drywalling that and closing it up, but this closet is 5 feet wide and 20 feet long. And it seems nice and wide right now, but once you add racks on both sides, it'll get really narrow and tunnel-like. So we decided to leave the door for now. And this is an air return. It just has to stay there, so we'll work around that. And yeah, it's exciting. It's a big mess right now, but they're fixing it and cleaning it up as we prepare to move on to the next stage. So that is where we are right now. The floors will be repaired next month, and then the closet install will not happen until mid-August. I know. Did you hear that record scratch? Why is it going to be so long? Because it's not the only project going on in the house, and there's a hierarchy of projects that have to happen. This one can't be done until some of the others are done. We had a silent leak under the kitchen cabinets. The dishwasher was leaking, and we didn't know it until the wood floors started buckling in front of the cabinets. And they had to cut out a huge section of our kitchen floor. This happened in early February, by the way, right here. Yes, that's how we've been rolling since early February. But that means they're going to have to refinish the floors on the entire main floor, which includes my bedroom. And we don't want to do that until the other construction in the house is done, because we don't want the floors to be damaged by that. And so since the floor already is being refinished on the whole main floor, we are also going to have them just fix the closet floor at the same time that they're doing everything else. And that is happening next month, because the rest of the construction should be done early July. And then they'll do the floors. And then the floors have to cure for a few weeks before we install the closet. And that puts us at mid-August. And what are we doing without a closet for 3 months? Well, my summer wardrobe fits on a rolling rack, and I already had it because I use it in my business. And it's sitting in our bedroom in front of my dresser. And Adam's summer wardrobe fits on a very small rack that I have, that little white one, if you've ever seen that one. And then the rest of my clothes are hanging in my office closet, which was intended to be a bedroom. And it's got a nice little walk-in closet. And my sweaters are boxed up and they're in the cedar closet. My shoes are lined up in the basement, just hanging out there. And other stuff like that hat box and some baskets that we stored things in are just kind of stacked in our bedroom in the meantime. I mean, I could bring that other stuff down here, down to the basement, but I haven't. I just haven't had time. I don't know if I'll bother. It stacks up nicely and neatly. And is it ideal? No. Is it livable? Certainly. Is it worth it? Oh, definitely. I am definitely willing to live with the short-term inconvenience for the long-term benefits. And you won't hear a single complaint out of me. I have had trouble finding some of my clothes. Well, some of my clothes are also, my kids evacuated the closet. This was the week that I was so sick with bronchitis, and I was on bed rest for a week and a half. And so when they demoed the closet, they took all our stuff out, and Adam and the boys demoed it. I just had to sit there and watch. And so the kids took all my stuff everywhere, and I still can't find some of my things. Some of it I think is maybe in my daughter's closet. But if that's the worst of it, I think I'll live. And anyway, that is how we are. That's what we're doing. And so in August, by the time they do the install and I get everything put away and everything, I probably will give you the final tour in early September, because it just takes time to move in, get settled, right? So when I told my husband I was going to do this for the style snack today, he was like, it's not going to be done for quite a while. And I was like, I know, but if I'm living with the anticipation, they can too. The anticipation is a lot of the joy. That's what Brooke Castillo says. So I thought you could enjoy it with me. And we finalized our design, but it's not installed. And so I thought maybe some of you would have some good ideas, and I might shuffle things around just a little bit with our design. So like I said, if you have any great ideas, let me know. Okay, let's take a look at the comments. Kathy's here from Missouri. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. And if I say Facebook user, it's because I can't see your name. I use this other streaming app so that I can screen share with you. That's how I'm able to show the pictures. If I did it straight through Facebook, I wouldn't be able to do that. But there's a little link at the top, and if you click it, I usually can see your name. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user. So a Facebook user says, I priced California closets and it's $13,000. It's on my list, but definitely not this year. It's pricey. That's a lot of money. And part of that, construction materials the prices have doubled and tripled. It's really bad right now, and part of it is just because so many people are wanting to build, and that they just can, and some of it is also post COVID, but that's hard. That's a lot of money, and that's one of those things that if that's what you want and you know what the cost is, and if it's really worth it to you, then you can start saving up. There are less expensive options for sure. We didn't use California Closets, so I don't know how they compare, but the real benefit is the design aspect. For me, I really needed help getting the efficient design, and this is not the kind of thing that I can move around. Oh wait, there's one more thing I really wanted that I'm getting, and that's adjustable shelves. I want everything to be adjustable. I cannot commit to how high I want each of my shelves. I need flexibility. I need options. What if I change what I want to put on that shelf? What if I don't know what I want to put on that shelf? So there are definitely systems that you can buy at the home improvement stores, and or I know a lot of people love the IKEA systems, and then you can custom design it yourself. So there are definitely less expensive options that are if you're willing and able to do the work, or even if you hire that part out, it can still save a lot of money. Barbara says hello from Germany. Hi, Barbara. I'm so glad you could join us. Kathy says, I can't wait to see the pictures. How exciting. I can't either. So I'm excited. See, one of you says the gap between your lower rod and the bottom of your clothes on the upper rod is huge. So bizarre. I know. And that just tells you how high those rods are. Like, I can't, like I said, a giant must have lived in that closet. I don't know why, but it's huge. It was so big. In fact, before my husband told me that this was what he was thinking, I had asked him to put a shelf above my lower hanging stuff, and a shelf above to make some like shelving essentially there that I could put stuff. Anyway, it was enough that I could put like a whole shelf there. Kim says, nice, you have an electrical outlet. Yes, we have. There's one under each window, and if we didn't have one, we would have added one. Cheryl says, I love that shirt. Well, thank you. I love this shirt too. This was in an option in the summer 2019 classic wardrobe guide. And I have it in 3 colors, and I kind of wish I'd gotten more colors, but I love it. Kathy says, I love the acting out the difficulty of looking at the ceiling. Well, thank you. I toured with the Royal Shakespeare. I'm just kidding. I think you're the only one who enjoys my acting skills. A Facebook user says, I knew you would kick out that wall if possible. So good. Okay, so can I tell you? He already knows this. So the whole time I was just like, oh my gosh, I just wish we could knock out that wall. But I didn't say that out loud because, just because he's not using that space doesn't mean I should take it over. Like, I have a big thing about boundaries and in general, but I'm not the one who brought it up. The closet designer brought it up, and she said it repeatedly, and I was like, oh, thank you. He's gonna think I paid you to do it, and I didn't even. You just did it because you're just so good. And so but I wasn't gonna, because but I'm so glad. Kathy says, oh no, that sounds like an adventure taking the wall down. It was entertaining, to say the least. It was noisy, but it was the boys got to just beat down a wall, get some testosterone out. Kathy says that's so cool that you guys think alike about getting things done pronto. It is. It's so nice. We think alike about a lot of things, and that is very, very convenient. We have a lot of the same taste in a lot of things, not in everything, but we have similar taste, and we both let's just do it. Let's get it done. In fact, sometimes I'm the one who, that's still up, isn't it? I forget. I have so many things open on my screen. I can't see always what. There are some things that I'm the one dragging my feet because I just want to be sure. Like once I'm sure, let's do it today. Let's do it yesterday. But I do like to think through my choices first. Geraldine says, I love that top on you, April. I absolutely love cutouts because it gives the illusion of sexiness and showing a lot more skin than what is actually being shown. Well, thank you. And I totally agree. I love cutouts too. Kathy says, wow, what is the length of that closet now? It's 20 feet long now. And just because it's not broken up, we can do so many more things. And there are things that he's the one who really wants to get rid of the dresser and the chest. I don't have any special feelings about it because our bedroom is plenty big for it, but he wants to get rid of those. And so he really wanted he didn't have any, like he has his dresser had his dresser in his closet, just because a lot of his stuff gets folded. He likes to fold his jeans and his t-shirts. He doesn't hang any of those up. And so he wanted drawer space in the closet that wasn't that dresser, so yeah. Kathy wants to know, where are your clothes now? So yeah, so I think I must have answered that after you asked. As I was writing this, I was like, you're gonna want to know where all my stuff is. A Facebook user says, I love windows and closets. Will you keep them? Absolutely. I love windows and closets. And one of the things that she kept asking us was, do you want to put a low bar in front of the windows so most of it will be seen, and it's removable so you can change your mind? And we just kept saying, no. We can always add that later. It's an easy update to add rods there. But no, they're so big and beautiful. And I really want to leave them, and so does he. Kathy says, giggle, thanks for the anticipation / torture. You're welcome. I figure if I'm going to suffer, you can suffer with me. It's more fun together, right? Oh, thanks, Amy. Just let me know you're still looking at my kitchen floor. You didn't love that picture? Does it hurt you like it hurts me? It's been that way since February. Lori says, our previous home had built-in drawers and dressers. Our current home has a larger, fancier closet without any drawers. I really miss the drawers for underwear, socks, PJs. Also add a valet rod for each of you. That's great to know. So we are having, like, basically the wall of windows is where all the hanging space is going to be. It's also the longest wall. And then the other wall across from there, where both the doors are, is going to be built-in drawers and shelves like this. And then on my end, there will be shoe shelves where my other ones were, but much better layout. And then there's hanging space on the other far end for Adam. But that's good to know because I really want all my stuff in the closet too. Like right now, I have my underwear and bras in a drawer in my bathroom vanity. And I don't want them there. I'm not even going to bother to explain why I do. I did. They were in my dresser out in my bedroom, but I ended up moving them into my bathroom. But I really want them in my closet. I just want all my stuff in my closet. I don't have a problem with having the dresser. The dresser itself does not offend me. I just want my stuff in the closet. So it's nice to know that you like that. And we do have some valet rods going in, also one of the sliding out belt rods for each of us. I'd have to look at the design again. I was more concerned about, and I made sure to have her add a valet rod next to, on the side right by the window, because that's where the outlet is, and I want something to hang my clothes on and I steam them. I don't iron if I don't have to. I'll steam anytime, right? That's easy. I hate the whole process of pulling it all out to iron. That's my real stumbling block. But I wanted one of those valet rods right there because that's where the outlet is. And then, I can easily steam. So that was one thing that I did have her change. Penny says, looks like a dishwasher, right? A dishwasher on the right. Yeah, that's our kitchen. That's where the kitchen floor got damaged from it was the dishwasher that was leaking. And that's why the whole main floor has to be refinished. All the floors. After they repair that section, then they're going to refinish the whole main floor because otherwise it won't match. And while they're doing that, they're going to fix our closet floor. So yes, that is a dishwasher. Amy says, where will your husband's closet be? He gets the section. He's already designated which sections he wants. But he's also going to be in that closet. He just has a lot less stuff than I do. Michelle says, I find I take more time to decide on choices, particularly in decor as I get older. It's a big expense. Planning kitchen reno for a year now. Likely put that off till next year, doing our closet this fall. Oh, I'm totally the same way. When we finished our basement at our last house, it took 2 years because I refused to be rushed into making decisions. I wanted to make sure I was getting exactly what I wanted and that I knew what I wanted. And so, yeah, it took us 2 years to finish that. So no, it's a huge expense. And you want to get it right the first time and not sit there and go, oh, why did I do that? Oh, I would never have done that if I had done it, so I'm with you. CG Geraldine says, the bathroom vanity, not a bad idea for some of us who don't have as much storage space. Not a bad idea. No, it's not a bad idea. And in some ways I do like it. But I would really just rather have it all in my closet if I could. But it does, it's a great option because you get out of the shower and you dry off, and then what's the first thing you put on? Your underwear. That's the first step of getting dressed. So it's just really convenient that it's right there. Suzanne says, what kind of rod are you saying? Is that a brand? Can you explain what you mean? Are you asking about the valet rod? Is that what you're talking about? What is it? Oh, Christine says, what is a valet rod? Okay, thanks for asking. I should have probably, I've looked at enough closet inspiration videos and things at this point that I know the names of all the things, but it doesn't mean anybody else does. A valet rod, it's a rod that, if we use this Costco pamphlet, if this is your closet section, right? Like this is the panel of your closet. No, we'll just use this back here. Let's pretend this is my closet. And right in here would be a rod that it extends out about this far, and you can hang clothes on it. So it just pulls out and I can hang tomorrow's outfit on it, or if I'm packing, throw some things on there, or I can hang the item that I want to steam on it. It's an extendable rod that comes out perpendicular to your wall. It extends out from the closet and you can just hang stuff on it. Not a ton of things. It's like this long. But that's what a valet rod is. And so we have a few of them in there. I added the one with the, and then the belt rack that I'm talking about does the same thing. It's on that piece of the closet, and then it just slides out toward you, and you can pull your belts off of it, but then it retracts back in. It just takes up less space than, right now I have just one of those hangers that has belt things on it, and it just takes up less space. So Suzanne says, yes, that's what I was asking about. Well, I'm glad you asked, because you were obviously not the only one who was wondering what we were talking about. And Christine says, oh, a valet rod would be very handy. It sounds handy. Like when I'm steaming my clothes, I'm always like, I don't have anywhere to hang this. I'll hang it in my bathroom on my, little ring that you hang your hand towel on, or I'll hang it on my bath towel rod, or like I'm always trying to find somewhere to hang it, but there's nowhere high enough. Really, it's always kind of down too low, and then I'm squatting down and trying to do it. And so it'll be really nice to have something at the right height that I can steam my clothes next to the outlet, so it's actually, I can reach it. Like I was steaming my daughter's costumes before her dance competition, and I was having such a hard time finding a way to hang that costume. I couldn't find something high enough to hang that costume on, because I needed both hands. I needed one to be pulling all these layers of tulle, and oh my gosh, I needed 5 hands. But yeah, that I'm really excited about that. That's gonna be really great. These ballet rods, or you're just whatever, all kinds of uses. Kathy says, I was thinking a valet rod was like one of those things that looks like a chair with a hanger on the back of the chair. Thanks for asking. I do not know what that is. Looks like a chair with a hanger on the back of the chair. I don't know what that is, but I'm intrigued. But yes, thank you, Suzanne, for asking, because yeah, you just, once you dive down the rabbit hole and you learn all kinds of new things, you forget that not everyone else has been down this rabbit hole and they have no idea what you're talking about. So thank you. Lori says, I use the valet rod for the clothes I take off but are not going to launder. They can air out overnight before I put them back where they go in my color order. Ooh, that's a good tip, Lori. That's a really good tip, because I don't wash my clothes every time I wear them unless they actually stink or they're actually dirty. I don't wash my clothes until you need it. It ruins your clothes. So thanks for sharing that, Lori. That's a good one. So you're saying, like, just I don't have to lay them on the floor anymore for their airing out. Amy says, I use an over-the-door hanger. I don't have one anymore. I had one, and then I would hang it over my bathroom door and just pray that no one opened it and smacked me in the head while I was steaming. So that's a really good idea, though, especially if there's a lock on the door, or I would do it I don't remember. Anyway, you weren't in any danger of getting hit. I just don't have one anymore. So thanks for sharing that tip. All right, ladies, I hope this was interesting. I hope that you enjoyed this peek into the process of what we have coming up and what we're working on, and that you're going to enjoy the anticipation. And like I said, if any of you are watching this on the replay, please give us any tips and things that you're loving in your closet that you are so glad you had. Lori says the valet rod is also good when you bring home dry cleaning to hold it as you put it away. Yeah, if I dry cleaned, I hate going to the dry cleaner. I just don't buy things that have to be dry cleaned in general. But for those of you who do, that's an excellent tip. Or, just hanging up stuff that has been washed and you don't put in the dryer, or that you brought from the laundry room where it's been hanging to dry and you need so you can hang it up. I'm sure I'm going to come. Maybe one of my things next year will be 1001 uses for a ballet rod. And we'll make that a style snack once I figure them all out. All right, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you join me again next week. Same time, same place, 1 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesdays. And have a wonderful rest of your week.